Hey Scrappers, it's Vanessa here, and today I have a layout for Off the Board. And you saw my inspiration at the beginning of the video, and I believe that the inspiration, it's definitely from an Etsy shop. I think it's like vinyl, and it had this sort of retro pattern. And it really reminded me of that Altenew stamp that you just saw on the screen. And I wanted to recreate that sort of pattern for my layout. And so I decided that if I did a whole sort of 12 by 12 background size, it would probably be a little too busy for an overall page. But what I did is I cut down a piece of white cardstock in, this is about a 6 by 6 size. It's probably not exact, but it's about 6 by 6. And I cut that down, and that is what I'm going to use to create this sort of mod pattern on my cardstock, and I'm going to use that on my layout. So I really love how this turned out. I'm using Catherine Pooler inks. You saw them at the beginning of the video, and I'm just going ahead here and doing my stamping. I do leave most of this in the video, I believe, and then I finish a little bit of it off camera, but I think for the most part I left most of it in. And I am making sure to stamp off of my page so that I get sort of a pattern that looks like it's constantly moving, and so it's kind of falling off the page so it doesn't just stop abruptly at the edge. I have a couple of different stamps. I have an Altenew one, and then this I believe is from a Hip Kit stamp, and then you're gonna see some little circle stamps that are actually from Simon Says Stamps. And I am just trying to recreate that pattern, or pretty close to repeating that pattern, since that is my inspiration for my layout. And like I said, I really love how this turned out, and I did go ahead and I actually think I left everything in this video. So you're getting to see the full process of creating this really fun background. Now here's where the little circle stamps come in, and so I am going to stamp those around, and I'm just going for a really random pattern. And this I believe is Juniper Mist, I think is the blue that I'm using. I cannot remember the orange or the sort of turquoise blue-green color that I have there, but if you want to know what they are, just leave me a comment down below if you didn't catch it on the video, and I will be sure to let you know. So I have 3 different sizes of circles. I have a large, a medium, and a small. Now mind you, they're all really tiny. The stamp set that I'm using actually goes from like large circles down to teeny tiny circles, like this little tiny one that I'm using here. And I really love how this turned out. It's pretty busy, so like I said, there was no way that I would want to do this for a whole 12 by 12 background, but definitely it makes a statement on my page. So I love that I love how it turned out, and so yeah, it definitely takes center stage, which was what I was going for, but not being too overly busy. So I do have my background created here. It's just a white piece of cardstock that I added some ink to the background. I want to say that was Deep Blue Sea from Shimmers. And then I just have a whole bunch of scraps that are basically the colors of my stamping almost. And I just am going to go ahead and layer those up like you see here. No real rhyme or reason. I didn't even cut down the scraps. They literally were that size, and that was the size I was going to use. So once I had those in place, you see my photo has come in, and I pretty much did most of the rest of this page using some images that I stamped from some other stamp sets. I have some washi tape that I put on some white cardstock, and I have some florals that are actually from Scrap and Happy Studio and the Crafty set of printables that she released at International Scrapbooking Day, and so I cut some of those out because the orange in that kit was perfect, as well as I cut out a few of the pink ones just to add a bit of a pink color in there, because that polka dot paper had the pink in it as well, and so I added just a little bit of a an additional color, I guess you could say, to add to the interest of this page. Now, because everything that I pretty much had down there was paper at this point, I did bring in some of these puffy hearts because I figured they matched in the colors and it gave me some additional texture. I'm also going to use a few of these puffy diamonds that are from Citrus Twist, as well as the hearts were also from Citrus Twist, or these might be Pink Fresh. Yeah, these are Pink Fresh, sorry. And I have no idea what collection. They're very old. They're from my stash. Once I have that all in place, I am just going to finish up the page pretty much with some SPIEGELMOM Scraps sequins. And I apologize because I cannot read what sequin set this is. So if you want to know what sequin set I am using, just shoot me a comment and I will get back to you. So I'm just going to dot around these sequins, and I'm using some of the lighter pink, and then I am using most of the sort of turquoise color that is in here, and it matches the colors in my page perfectly, so I do love that. And the title for this one is just Bracelet Love. It's tiny down in the bottom by the photo, which I thought worked for this page. I didn't think this really needed to have a huge title, and that's basically what the picture is. I had gotten a new Alex and Ani bracelet, which was for the month of March, I believe. This was a couple of years back now. And so that's what I'm documenting. And so once those sequins went down, guys, that's pretty much it. I will have in the description box below everyone who's playing along with Off the Board, so be sure to check them out and give everyone some love. And with that, guys, I'll catch you on the next one. Have a great day, everybody. Bye-bye.